artists, and welcome back to art class. I'm so excited to share with you today a new artist. Remember, we're talking about artist identity. Last week we learned about the poet Maya Angelou, and we learned about the artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. And this week we have a new artist to learn about. So thank you for all the art that you shared with me on Seesaw and the stories you shared with me last week in class about the things that you were frightened of, or maybe the things that you weren't so frightened of. So let's get started with our affirmation, and then we will check in about our new artist. All right, so you remember our affirmation. If you have a tool at home, you can use that tool. I don't have my tool with me, but we can say it with me. My heart is open. My ideas matter. I am an amazing artist. I am loved. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artists. Okay, so the artist that I want to introduce you to today is named Alma Thomas. She was born in the 1800s. That's a long time ago, and she lived a long, long life, but she passed away in 1971. So that was long before many of you were born, before I was born. She does a really different and unique style that I am not familiar with. I just learned about this artist recently and I was really inspired by her work. So let's check out her work and then do some of our own work inspired by her style. So I'm going to share my screen with you and share a little video about her life and some of her artwork.
Today, we're going to learn about African American artist Alma Woodsy Thomas. Alma Thomas was a painter and art educator best known for her colorful abstract paintings. She was born on September 22, 1891 in Columbus, Georgia. While growing up, Thomas showed her artistic capabilities and enjoyed making small pieces of art such as puppets, sculptures, and plates made out of clay from the river behind her home. Thomas attended Armstrong Technical High School in Washington, D.C., where she took her first art classes. She earned her college degree in fine arts in 1924 from Howard University. This made her the first graduate from Howard University's fine arts program. Alma Thomas was also one of the first African American women to earn an art degree. Thomas's early art was realistic, though her Howard University professors challenged her to experiment to make her art more abstract. In 1924, she began teaching art at Shaw Junior High School, where she remained teaching art for 38 years until her retirement in 1960. When she retired from teaching and was able to concentrate on art full-time, Thomas finally developed her signature style.
Ooh, I heard that word, signature style. That's her own unique style, the one that where you look at the art and you say, oh, I know, I've seen that painting before. I think that's a painting that Alma Thomas did. Just like sometimes when I look at some of your drawings and I say, oh, I know that painting. That's the one done by Emilio or Jocelyn or another scholar, just because I know the style of art that you love to create. That's your signature style. So this art right here, it's created by Alma Thomas, and she used these styles as kind of like a mosaic. A mosaic is like when you have little pieces of tiles, kind of like tiles that sometimes you might see in bathrooms, and you put them together with a little bit of space in between to create pictures. These were inspired by things in nature. So today we're going to be making our own Alma Thomas inspired artwork. So I'm going to share with you my sketchbook and I'm going to show you some different ways that you can try creating in her style. So she was inspired by things in nature. Maybe it was the way the light came and hit the plants, or maybe it was water, maybe it was the way raindrops came and landed on flowers. So many things in nature that we can be inspired by, but she had that style of using those little square shapes or different types of shapes. Let me show you my notebook here. So I tried out some different styles. These are some ones that I'm working on. These two right here I did with watercolors. You're welcome to try using watercolors today, or you can use tempera paints if you have some at your house. These two I did with markers. So let me show you how each one is done. When I use markers, I just start to create the shape that I'm making. I'm using these little squares or rectangles, making them. They don't have to be exact, just creating them into different shapes to make up a picture. And that picture doesn't have to be exact either. I just want to look at it and I want my eye to be thinking about something like, what is it I'm creating? What am I inspired by? What in nature made this? So I'm leaving a little bit of white space in between so the white part becomes a part of my picture as well. So that's one way of creating it. Or like I said, if you want to use your watercolors, make sure you have some water and you have your watercolors. And always make sure you dip your brush, you wipe it on the side of your water cup. You get the color that you need. You get this blue color. I just wipe a little bit on my brush. I don't want to have too much, so this way I can control it. And then I start working with it in small amounts, side by side. And it takes a lot of time, but the effect, the way it looks on the paper is very, very beautiful. So really take your time with it. Have fun. Try your best because you're learning something new. You're learning about a new artist and you're also learning a new style. So really just have fun with it. And I can't wait to see what you create. Make sure you upload it on Seesaw and keep the art in your art folder. And we're going to work on it this week and we'll finish them next week. Because I know this takes a long time and I don't want us to feel rushed. So make sure you keep it in your art folder so that we can finish them next week. All right, so have fun, try your best, and remember, all right, artists, I will see you very